Good morning, everyone. Look at this sight. Oh, these trees bring me so much happiness. It looks like our house is being prepared for a wedding. Just look at that. Seeing it so beautiful like this, I want to go and get my cherry blossom tablecloth and have a little spring lunch. Oh, listen to that sound. Can't hear anything other than the crows and the birds.
Cat food times 2, rice per day for 12. Some Marvis toothpaste. My goodness me, oh my goodness me, love me. Oh my goodness me, puppy. Are you okay? A little sleep then? You're a little sleep. Very happy this morning. Very happy this morning.
This morning, Ali learnt what a Sammy-ad was when I described Porter and Barclay as Sammy-ads, and that was a trip down memory lane. Little Sammy-ads, little sand fairies.
Had a treat and breakfast this morning.
A treat and breakfast.
Go to bed, Sammy-ad. Come on, let's wrap you up.
Oh.
Let's wrap you up.
Little piglet. So happy.
Happy Barky. Happy Barky. Happy Barky.
Just to explain to you what a Sammy-ad is, it's from the children's TV programme 5 Children and It. I used to watch it as a kid, and I honestly believe that that's why I'm so like fantastical and romanticist, because of the children's TV programmes that I watch. Because like, you'd never watched 5 Children in It, had you? And you'd never watched Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe?
The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe?
Yeah. You'd never watched that?
Not Narnia.
Yeah.
But isn't there another one? What am I thinking of? Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. What's the one where they a man dressed as straw, one in like a
That's
Tin Man?
No, that's
Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe.
no, that's not The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. That's Dorothy, The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Watch that.
But basically, that's why I think that I have a bit of a vivid imagination when it comes to how I live my life, because I watched all of those weird things. But you're a little sand fairy. Ali's off to London today because he's shooting packets. Oh, delightful. Make sure you take a hanky.
Oh, someone's at the door.
Who's here today? Is anyone here? Who?
Vic.
Oh,
How are you alive?
they're gonna have to start in your room. Pardon my language there, but that was real, genuine panic. I'm sure Carrie will have bleeped them out for me, but I've just realised that the carpenters are here and they're starting some work up here. And so I was like, oh my goodness, I've been doing my chores, I've done the chickens, Porter's losing his mind, and they're coming up here. I wanted to fake tan my bottom. Right, I've managed to get some fake tan on my bottom. Now, the next thing I want to do is get some fake tan on my face, but I have 2 things to consider here. What I've realised is when I fake tan, the tan actually clings to this little dark spot that I have and it makes it darker. So I'm going to use a brush instead of a mitt and just like rubbing it all over my face. Secondly, I figured out what happened here. It happened when the alcohol wipes was used on my face, and I think in certain periods of my like cycle, I am more sensitive to products. And I think it's caused a little bit of perioral dermatitis, which is something that I'm really susceptible to. So I've stripped back my skincare. I'm not using any like of my Skin and Me. I'm not using any of my Elizabeth Arden bits and pieces, just because I want to give my skin a bit of a break, and I'm using like lots of soft Lano things, but you can see it's like here and here now. but I read up, and basically like really strong alcohol can often trigger it. And I think when my skin is in a bad place, it's super sensitive. What I'm gonna do is grab a brush and a little bit of fake tan and see if I can do this. I actually might need a brush that is a little bit more, should we go with this one? This is a little bit softer. This is the buffed base from Nancy. Also, really, all I want to do is put this on me though. My goodness me. I was sent, just gonna pop you down there, I was sent a little package from Tropic, which is a brand I've never tried before. And this whipped body velvet is unreal. This feels as light as a feather. And when you open it, it really is whipped, but it's almost like whipped coconut oil cream. It's unreal. Madagascan vanilla extract, baobab oil, and rarabe butter, or rarab butter. I never know with these bloomin' names anymore. This is like the treat of my morning at the moment. It is so wonderful. I don't really know much about the brand other than that they sent it to me because it is 100% natural. And yeah, I love the way they describe it. The icing on the self-care cake. This heavenly scented body cream is an indulgent treat for all the senses. I would say though, I would really love a sort of herby version of this, because it's very much that like coconutty summer body fragrance, whereas I would really like this in a sort of garden inspired one. I know it's tropic, so tropical is probably the whole vibe that they're going with, but you know what I'm like. Anyway, this is what I'm using today, and I'll probably do the Tropic before bed just to re-moisturize my skin. But I'm just going to apply this with a brush instead and kind of try and contour rather than applying it everywhere, because I just don't want to irritate my skin. I really like this applying with my brush malarkey. Feels a little bit more like, you know, I can go into my ears. But if you haven't realised, I'm having a bit of a reset today. Reset of my mentality, a reset of me in terms of like beauty bits and pieces. Just because in my last video, I felt the funk. I felt so unlike myself. And it's because I wasn't listening to the things and like focusing on the things that remind me of how I live my life, because it's a conscious thing. I have to remain conscious of the fact that I have to be thinking certain things. I have to be living a certain way. It's not just going to happen. And it's so easy to get complacent with that. It is so easy to think that life is always going to be rainbows and ponies, that it's always going to feel wonderful and your brain is always going to be serving you the best thoughts and you're always going to be feeling great. No, you have to consciously do that. I have to consciously choose the thoughts, and that is down to all of the most simple things, and I have to consciously do the things that make me feel better. Otherwise, I sort of get into this weird space where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, I doubt myself, and it's sort of, it really is something that I need to, first of all, learn to be more vulnerable and talk about more, but also just understand that it's down to me to sort of pick myself up, kick myself up the backside. It's why I never consume content that is like, I think that maybe Gen Z would class as like relatable. You know, when you see like the wonderful, like I honestly, I think all of the girls and all of the creators are amazing, but their content maybe just isn't for me. When I see like Alex Earle showing her like messy bedroom, I never consume content like that, because I don't want to get complacent in that being the normality. I think it's okay to have moments like that, absolutely. Sometimes my dressing room is a mess, sometimes everything around me is a mess, sometimes it's chaotic, but that's not, I don't need reassurance that that is normal. I know in myself that that's when I'm in a bad place and I have to pick myself up. I don't need to be soothed in that. I need to remind myself of who I am, pick myself back up, do all of the things that I've learned over the years that make me feel spectacular, and carry on with my life and not waste another moment on it. And so that is what I'm doing in this video. So I've got up, Early doors. Thankfully Lumi didn't wake me up at 5 this morning, so I was able to have a little bit of a lay-in till 6 because I would like to be getting up at 5, but when I've not been sleeping, that's not what I want. I've got up, I've done the chickens, I've lit the candles, I've created an environment that I feel wonderful in. Now, I haven't preempted the carpenters being here. However, I'm very happy that they're here and I'm just gonna work around that. I've got a few bits of sponsored content to do today. You might have also noticed we are back on my camera. This is, I think I've managed to actually find a new one as well, so fingers crossed we can keep moving forward. That camera, terrible, absolutely terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself ready because Ollie from the carpentry company is coming over now just to chat a few things through. There's one thing I'm learning about doing the interiors myself is that I do have to like make sure that everything is coming together in my vision, just like I've learned with the bed and I'm learning with these beams, is that this is going to sound so pernickety, and I hope people that have renovated their homes will understand, but there is a centimetre difference between the sample wood and the wood that's gone in, and I think that centimetre makes a big difference. So we could be going to loggerheads. We're gonna find out. Anyway, I need to get dressed. I need to put some perfume on. I'm not going anywhere. I just wanna put some perfume on. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting ready for the day. I'm feeling a little bit flustered because I didn't realize that it was Thursday and I'd completely forgotten that they were starting with the woodwork up here today. And I'm fully now in that mind frame of doubt. So remember a few videos I explained to you how when I think about doing something with my house, a lot of the time people say to me, they say, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think this, that, and the other. And I'm very much in the midst of that at the moment. And so I am riddled with self-doubt about the decisions that I've made to put some English oak beams in our eaves. Now, I know this is going to be a really controversial one. I know that a lot of people are going to think that this is like an awful idea. I've had so many opinions, and it's at this stage where I'm like, first of all, if I wasn't posting this on the internet, none of you would be able to have an opinion. So I don't, that's the thing that I'm like, I have to remind myself of. Second of all, I've learned so much in what I've done in this house, and if I don't take risks like this and learn, I am never gonna know what to do in the future, because this is not gonna be the first time or the last time that I do something like this in this way. I am wanting to enjoy this process as much as possible. Sorry, I got a bit of fluff. And so at the moment, I'm sort of panicking, like fully panicking, because whereas yesterday our house was nice and clean, we've taken a full step backwards in that there is some dust happening in the bathrooms, there is dust happening in Ali's dressing room, potentially mine today. It's a lot of dust as well in order to add these beams in, and I have had, like, rightfully so, 4 men explaining to me what this is going to cause. I know they just want me to be in the loop and that it's not them trying to discourage me, but I'm in full doubt mode at the moment. They have broken the ceiling, not like broken it, but as in like gone through the ceiling in order to start the process of adding these in. So it's no turning back now. Well, there is, if I wanted to. The reason that I'm doing this is because I know that this room from the beginning would have looked really, really beautiful with some raw wood in it. I treat raw wood in the same vein that I treat fabrics in a room. So when you're choosing curtains and things like that, I find that raw wood adds that element of coziness, of warmth, of homeliness, of those natural textures, which for me, when you have a room like this that is, you know, very, very clean lines, very, very finished and almost clinical, the addition of these kinds of textures really, really change the room. It's not to everyone's taste, but for me, it can be a really special addition. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm taking a massive risk in this. I'm hoping it's going to pay off. I'm not confident at the moment. I was confident, I'm not confident now. But just to bring you up to speed. So yeah, it's oh, these are those moments where I'm like, why do I do this? But then I know that at the end, when my home looks the way that it does and the people in my life come to my home and they say, oh my goodness, like this is such a lovely, warm home. I've achieved the home that I've wanted. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm, you know, learning something new whilst trying different things. Whilst also, hopefully, if you guys were thinking about doing anything like this, I hopefully will have made the mistakes so that you don't have to. But yeah, so I know that this is going to divide opinion. I know that it's not about making real looking beams as much as I want to achieve them looking authentic. For me, it's about what this particular material adds to a space. Just like the addition of natural stone downstairs instead of the fake wood that we had before. That natural stone really made it super, super cozy and warm, even though it's a very hard material. The jute carpet instead of a plush carpet really added that like natural element to our home. And so this, fingers crossed, it's gonna do the same. I'm getting my makeup on now though, so that I can do some work. That is the sound of them closing the door on a very, very dusty office for my husband. I'm gonna have to clear bits out of here. Yeah, I don't know why I do it to myself. When I'm telling you, I have been close to tears. I am not even lying. But we have the first beam up, and I think it's the best decision we ever made. Ladies and gentlemen, the first beam is up, and obviously, you're not getting the full view here, but arguably, it honestly makes the ceiling feel taller. It is the most bizarre thing. I actually can't even explain it to you. So they're getting ready to put in the second beam just over here. As always, on Ali's dressing room, everything looks much better than it's going to look in mine because I can't have mine central. But I can breathe a sigh of relief. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I don't think you get the full view. Look at that. That detail, it just adds to the room. Oh wow. By the way, yes, I did change my outfit because I was so uncomfortable, but they've only got one beam up in the other bedroom. However, I do know that this will be the next place that they come. So I do think I'm going to need to pack some bits and pieces away just so that they don't get ruined in the process. Luckily, I have my little cupboard at the back, but yeah, I think it's time to have a bit of a sort out of like old bits and pieces and put them away. Not old bits and pieces, but just take all the special bits and put them away. Everyone has left. My house has returned to normality, and I've actually done my hair now. This has been one of the craziest days and so intense, and honestly I doubted myself at every step, and I genuinely can't believe we've got to this point. But Ali's room is installed. We are obviously waiting for them to be decorated back in, but we have 3 solid English oak beams now installed. They will all be like finished off. Obviously these have just been fixed in place, and I cannot tell you the difference that this has made to this ceiling and this room. This room now feels finished, other than the blinds, but Ali still has to choose those. And it means that he can go for something a little bit more dramatic, I think, with the blinds. But I honestly thought I was going to throw up. I wish I could play you my voice notes to Ali earlier, because I was like, babe, I'm panicking. I'm panicking a lot because I feel like I'm doubting myself. For me, this is just like installing cushions, just like installing curtains, installing the floor that you want. This adds an element of homeliness and detail and texture and naturalness that I think that a lot of room needs. You don't always need loads of it. You don't always need it in every room, but there are certain special places, and I think that this fits really well. This is just my opinion, and I am not telling you that I am right in any way, shape or form. This is just what I think is lovely, and there will be people that absolutely hate it, but for me, this has just finished off this room so well. So now tomorrow, they will be making a start on my room. So I have cleared out a lot of my cupboards like I did earlier, and just given it a bit of a spruce up. I'll take the artwork out tonight as well, but that is where we are at the moment. I now have the lovely lady from Millen Chalk coming over to help me with measuring some bits and pieces up to finish off like fabrics and that kind of thing, and also to drop off some cushions for the spare bedroom. So I'm going to tidy up what I've been doing in here, get myself a glass of water because I've just been talking and it's non-stop. I can breathe, I can breathe. Oh my goodness me. Well, it has been quite the evening for me. I've been working away, editing away, but I also had the wonderful Millen Chalk at my house to deliver some new cushions. I got this lovely mauvey coloured, almost like linen, and a ticking stripe. As you can see, this is the Millen Chalk website here, millerandchalk.com, and she was able to measure up for some other bits and pieces and also start selecting some new cushions for the next bedroom, which obviously is going to be painted this weekend. So, oh my gosh, it's looking so adorable in here. And now that we have the headboard in, we can start thinking about getting artwork on the walls. I have been summoned down to the bathrooms because, seeing as I haven't asked for anything for my birthday this year, I think that Ali should put the lights up in the bathroom as my birthday present.
No, you miss the point every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, my channel has now peaked with Ali doing electrics.
Listen.
Topless.
I didn't know the vlog camera was coming out. I wanted to quickly borrow you. So, come here. Come on. That's going to be like there, yeah? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sits on the bulb.
Why don't you get a bulb for it? And why don't you fit it and then put a bulb in?
So, at the moment, they've been put that high.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to go
No.
up there. No, you like them there?
Yeah, hold on, where's the mirror gonna sit though?
The mirror will be fixed to the wall high, but that's not the mirror, is it? But it's just roughly to put it in to get the width height.
Mm-hmm.
So height-wise, we've done it
Yeah, I think a little bit higher.
to there. There, like that.
Yeah. A little bit higher. Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So it's just important you understand this, because we don't want to keep on removing lights.
But babe, surely that's a perk of having an electrician as a husband.
No, the decoration every time you have to...
No, but there's little shunts left and right. You're fine. You putting the lights up now? No. You are. You are.
I'm not, because they're in the way of Ken.
They're not in the way of Ken. Just put them up, babe.
So half of 17.5 lids?
14 and a quarter. No, 13. 14.
Half of 17. So
Oh, I don't know, babe. I can't.
Half of 7.
Half of 7 is 3.5.
6.
Half of 6 is 3.
Right, and 7's one number more.
Yeah, so
Half of 1.
3.5.
Well done. And then half of 10.
Half of 10 is 5.
Right, 5 plus 3.5.
13.5.
5 plus 3.5. You can do it in your head one by one.
Yeah.
5 plus 3.
Oh, babe, this is making my head hurt. You're good at maths, I'm not.
I'm not good at maths.
You are good at maths. Can't wait to see those lights up for my birthday.
Well, they will be up for your birthday maybe, because your birthday's not until Sunday.
Babe, the moment that your birthday is over, it's my birthday. Can't wait for you
What
to
did
put
we
them
just say? 8.5?
7.5.
No, it was 8.5.
I've got no idea, babe. Whilst Ali does that, I'm coming upstairs to kiss goodbye to my old dressing room, but oh, I've left the blooming window open. That is a surefire way to end up with either bats or spiders in my dressing room. Come up though to pack my Pilates bag because I got the notification that I managed to, oh my gosh, it's a makeup brush. I thought it was a mouse. Look at it. Just sat there, I thought it was a mouse. Any spiders up there? Better not be. Right, I need to pack my Pilates bag. Pop my dress for next week's event. I am hosting my first ever influencer event, and I have to be honest, I've never done this before because it gives me the fear. It makes me think I'm like 10 years old at school, inviting people to my birthday party again, and no one's going to turn up. And why would I want to put myself through that at 36 years old? But here we are, we're doing it. So anyway, I've got my dress sorted. I'm actually doing 2 events as well, which is interesting. But this is my event for one of them. This is from my upcoming Millen collection, and it is absolutely beautiful as a print. We do this in a number of different styles, but I think that this shirt dress is perfect for a day event. I've got a press event and then an influencer event, all in collaboration with Space NK as well, and someone else. Well, I'm all packed. In the morning, I'll be kissing goodbye to the tidy, clean dressing room and saying hello to some new additions. Good morning, everyone. Oh my God, you can't see my mouth. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. My car must know my routine usually, because it has literally come up with, look at this, the journey from Soho Farmhouse to Dalesford Organic, because that's usually what I would do after coming to Farmhouse. By the way, I'm at Farmhouse, obviously, because I told you I was doing Pilates. No, anyway, I've just got to my car. I couldn't sit in and have breakfast today. I think I need to get back to the house because beams are going in. So I've got myself a superfood smoothie, and I also treated myself to a protein ball. Woo. And 2, obviously, loaves of sourdough. Oh, this looks like a good one. 2 loaves of sourdough, and I bloody live for these mornings. You have no idea. I've done my Pilates class, I've done 30 lengths, and then I have gone and had a sauna for 10 minutes, then I've had a shower, got ready in about half an hour to 45 minutes. I tell you what, this is living your best life in my opinion. I genuinely feel like this is my reset, and I so notice it when I don't have these mornings. These mornings have become like part of my self-care routine, like massively, and oh, I just live for them. I absolutely live for them. I cannot put it into words how much these like just refresh my soul, give me so much energy. It is the best way to start the day, I have to say. And I'm a poet, and I did not know it. So, superfood smoothie, it's got like spinach, banana, all of that good stuff. And I think this has got a little bit of chocolate in it as well. That was about 20 quid's worth of protein ball there. Not just dreams in their traditional sense, but dreams of trying new things, of being an amateur, and not being afraid to start something new. This is why even the most subtle signs of spring fill me with so much happiness. Well, I have returned home to flowers. Goodness me. And the sound of banging in my dressing room. It's exciting. The sun is shining, and it's looking like tomorrow, which is effectively my birthday celebration because my birthday is on Sunday, it's likely going to be the hottest day of the year so far. That is oh wow, that's Kew Gardens, isn't it? Oh, how lovely. Dear Lydia, wishing you a very happy birthday for Sunday. We hope you have a fabulous time celebrating. With love, the NARS PR team. That's so sweet of them to do such a lovely card as well. And my favourite flowers. Wow, oh my gosh. As you can hear, that is the sound of the last 2 beams being fitted in the hallway so that it's all cohesive. We aren't having a beam fitted in the bathroom just yet because we still have the bathroom to renovate, but I am getting myself out of here whilst they do their work and checking on bits and pieces in the kitchen garden as it's all coming to life at the moment. And I haven't been to check on my little seedlings. Ooh! Oh, we have a runner bean up out of nowhere. My goodness. We have some pumpkins. We've got some tomatoes. Wow. Oh my gosh, I love it when I come out. Oh my gosh, this one's coming up. Pumpkin Saint Martin. I don't think it is. I think it's Saint Martin, but we've got one there, one there. Oh my goodness. I love it when it gets warm enough and things just start springing to life like this. Oh wow. Microgreens, these can probably come inside now, to be honest. They're doing really well. Still no signs of life on these sweet peas just yet, but I am hopeful that I will get more out of these because sweet peas have definitely been a struggle this year. Apparently there was a stoat in my greenhouse the other day. A stoat. Would you believe it? And the stoat was nibbling. Apparently it had one of my little seedlings in its mouth, but I definitely have to get my Monge 2 out this weekend, I think. I have a new nasturtium. I managed to germinate only one of my nasturtiums. So sadly, we've only got one of the, what was it? Something pink? They're like a pink nasturtium. I've got one of them, so I'm gonna like have to savor that one. But just seeing these guys come to life makes me so happy. I reckon a little sprinkle of water will give these a good head start. I have been listening to my own book again in the car. It's so funny because on my drives to Farmhouse in the mornings, I really like to listen to a book, and you'll know I've been struggling with trying to find a good book. And I said to myself, do you know what, it's spring. I'm gonna listen to my book in spring. I'm gonna listen to chapter spring. And there's so many, like, it's almost like I'm listening to the book for the first time, and obviously it is not. When I tell you that I have read this book so many times, and I don't know if anyone is watching now, maybe you're watching me and you don't think of me as like your favourite person. If you can put that to just one side, I know there's parts of me that maybe people don't like, but I genuinely think that you will take so much goodness from my book. And even I'm listening to it, this is the stuff that I wrote, this is the stuff that I believe, my thoughts, my memories, my lifestyle choices, and even I'm listening to them now and I'm going, oh my God, Lydia, you needed to hear that? Because you forget the most important lessons, you forget the things, and sometimes you just need someone to like spur you on. And I think it's made a bit more sense to me because I get a lot of people saying, oh, I've already listened to your book like 4 times. This is not a humble brag, by the way. I'm not being humble at all. I am literally gonna ram it down your throats. My book is really good. It is really good, and there will be people that like say things about, there's always people that say things about books. And I know that I'm someone that is a bit Marmite. Not everyone gets me, but if you get me, I think you really quite like it. And one of the things that I saw in the very beginning was people were saying that it's just a load of different quotes regurgitated. And I just want to say that if you've read any of those reviews and that's put you off, that is not what my book is. We have a few key quotes in there. I would say no more than 8. In a book that to listen to is like nearly 6 hours long, that's not a lot of quotes. And what we do is we use very well-known quotes to just back up and remind you of really empowering words. So if you think it's a book of quotes that's just been regurgitated, that's not it at all. But what it is kind of like part memoir, but also part like self-help book, but also with a sprinkling of like coffee table book to inspire you. For me, it's everything I love about books. And anyway, I was listening to it and there was just so much goodness that, can you not even tell in me as a person? I feel like my pep is back in my step. Just having those encouraging words of like, no, you're doing fine, and what you're doing is the right thing. Just because there's a loud noise of people saying one certain thing, it doesn't mean that that's right. The quiet confidence is where it's at. Anyway, let's get these watered, let's get some goodness in them and get on with my day. Nothing put the fear in me like these holes yesterday. Oh my goodness. But my dressing room is almost finished. As you can see, complementing the floor beautifully. Oh my goodness. They are mid being decorated in. 3 gorgeous beams. We've got some caulking to do and some filling on the ceiling just so that they sit seamlessly. I am so happy with the detail and warmth and beauty that they have added to this room. And I want to stress, we haven't gone for like hollowed beams, which honestly, absolutely fine, whichever you want to do, however you want to do it. I don't make the rules, but what I really wanted to do was use these beautiful materials and textures in the home and use them as solids. And I've not gone and put like an old antique beam in here. This is a new beam because this is a new house. There are oak framed new build houses all the time. So this is not a thing that looks out of place in our home. We've got a lot of glass in our home, and the one thing I wanted to add was a lot more natural textures in here. So we added the stone floor, engineered wood flooring, and now we're adding some real solid, substantial and intentional woodwork throughout the home, which, guys, I could cry. Once it's all decorated in, Ken's coming tomorrow, this is the finishing touch of this room. Now we've just got the bathroom to do. It's a never-ending job list, and I'll probably be bored once I finish it. No, I don't. I know that it would just be a case of colour changes and things like that, but it is just such a joy. Such a joy. And I was so scared yesterday, so scared. And so I want to say that if you are thinking about taking a risk in your home, please take this as a sign to take the risk. You're basically going to end up with a good story, or you're going to end up with what you want. And so the reality is, it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as you've got the money to do it, don't go bankrupting yourself or anything like that. And don't go trying to keep up with people that you see on the internet. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, don't. But look at the warmth in the view. Oh, this is just, obviously there's still a bit of mess everywhere, but just the detail that I wanted added, and the tones against my little antique chandelier and my woodwork and my fabrics. Oh, it just makes me so happy. Obviously don't look at the gaps at the moment. This house is fully on the wonk, so we're gonna add some filler and some cork and things like that so that it all fits nicely. Well, I'm sad about the hydrangeas. Well, I'm sad about the hydrangeas, but it still looks very lovely in this little pot here. Mr. Millen Gordon has just picked me up, taking me for a little spin to the snowdrops. No,
Bluebells.
The bluebells.
Well, you get worse than me.
I know. Wow, the bluebells are all out. Basically, I've had a last-minute campaign come in, and it's actually bizarrely quite an easy concept to create. It's like a trending video that's happening at the moment. So we're just heading down our road to a spot to get the second part, and hopefully I'll show you some bluebells. This is where we have come to shoot. How gorgeous is this?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. You kind of slightly started onto the right, but then spin yourself into the middle. Spin around. Spin around, spin around. It's fine. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's not there.
Well, sad times. We have one casualty, other than the fact that I also got a spider on my skirt. my Emmy London flats, although I was thinking that they needed a little bit of TLC, so maybe I'll just get a new pair and have these as my gardening ones. It's beginning to look a lot like my birthday. Everywhere we go. These for me, babe?
2 of them are. Imagine they're just hangers.
Is it the 2 Harrods ones?
No, they're mine. Mine. Oh, I think this is yours. Yeah, that's one of yours. Lovely. That's to do the cleaning that you don't do. Oh, this feels like yours, actually.
Really?
Yeah, feels like yours.
Are you being funny again?
Yeah, this is yours. Some hangers.
Yay for birthdays!
That's definitely one of yours.
You're such a liar.
Yes, it is. Some snacks for the road.
4th grade dental sticks.
1 second. It's not over yet.
And some cheese bones. Just what I wanted.
Ah.
What's that?
These are for you, actually.
Are they?
Also for me.
What are they? Ah, the toothpaste.
Human toothpaste.
Oh my god, Body! Oh my god, what is it? Amazon! Amazon! Oh my god, Daddy! I need one of these! I need one of these! I need one of these!
Sit. 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 Boys. Sit. 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 Sit.
Buckley's like, I'll sit, but I'll still stick my snoot in the box.
Right, we've had enough today to eat half each.
Those are massive, Ali.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
Barkley, that doesn't look like
sit.
sitting.
Sit. I don't think he noticed that we just got a good foot close in it.
Yeah. I love the stampy foot that Barkley gets as well.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
The tails have stopped.
Good boys. Now, gently. Gently. Sit. Gently.
Oh, bye.
They get gently for sure.
Yeah, bye. You haven't shown me what's in the Harrods ones yet, babe.
Oh, they're just my bits of gold.
Oh, okay. Good morning, everyone. Last night I ended up going for dinner with my dad because it was basically a celebration for all of our birthdays, and my dad picked me up some lovely, what he called raspberry ripple roses. And they are so pretty. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna get these potted up, or vased up, or vased up, or whatever it's called. And then I've also received, which I'm very, very, very honoured to receive as well. These are some beautiful flowers from the LORO London team. Just gorgeous white and green. Love it! So I'm going to get these into some vases around my home. I love birthdays because I just feel like it's like an explosion of florals in your home. And it doesn't happen all the time. Obviously Valentine's Day you get something from like your partner, it's usually some flowers. But on your birthday lots of people, well, in my experience, you do get lots of people sending you flowers. And for me, I don't often have like big floral displays. I often have like pots and things like that, so it's nice to have a change. But yeah, I'm going to get these probably into this pickling jar, to be honest. So what I'm doing is just removing all of the leaves, the unnecessary leaves from the stems, and I've cut them. Yeah, it's nice. It's not my favourite, but it's nicer than the other ones.
6 days, 6 fragrances my wife's not approved of.
Oh God, one of them, he had one fragrance on, and I genuinely almost went and slept in the spare bedroom. I had to cover my nose with the duvet. It was awful. And then cutting the stalk, just so it gets a fresh point of moisture absorbency. I'm sure that's not the technical term, but we're just going with it. The sun is shining today. It is absolutely beautiful. It is such a glorious morning. I've already gone and had a little walk around the garden, and it's all coming to life so beautifully. Cute little raspberry ripple roses. I think I'll get these ones in some water now too. The only one you're missing is Lumi.
Yeah, she's around somewhere.
One man and his many animals. Morning, ladies. How are we doing?
We're very stressed out today.
Why's that?
Too many puppies around.
Oh, look at them.
40.
What's she doing?
She's getting into a hunting mode, isn't she?
This is last year's birthday present. Enjoying the garden. The new little boulevards. We need to go and find some...
Lily was just about to have some of its cake.
We need to go and look for a bench for in the wildflower, don't we? Hello, Bluebell. It's your season, Bluebell. It is. It's always Gwyneth Paltrow on her own. Ciao, Gwyneth.
Oh, you want to give your dad some love? Oh my goodness me.
Ali's favourite way to dress is inspired by Barclay. What a glorious day. Hey chicks, your first spring chicks. Good morning, everyone. Freshly washed hair, my fave. And it is also a rose petal and hollyhock kind of day, and I feel like you need to see this combination together. Oh, it is brightening up my mood because this morning, I mean, the weather has been extremely tempestuous. My goodness me. It was thunder and lightning this morning, and now we have sunshine and a little bit of wind, but I have something that you're going to be really excited about. It's actually nothing to do with anything that's on this rail, but I'm going to use this rail that has other bits of lovely pieces for a campaign that I have coming up, because I've done an order and I know that you are going to love this. Now, I don't do these orders very often either. They are very selective, because if I'm going to tell you to purchase from places like this, I want to be honest and make sure that you're going to get the maximum bang for your buck. So it is time for another timeless and elegant shopping from H&M. This is a video that I've done before and you guys have so enjoyed it, and I thought I'd pop it in a vlog so that you can kind of get a bit of everything. But I spent a huge amount, and I think I've got some really good pieces in here. The weather is going to be very strange today, so it's going to be dark and it's going to be sunny and it's going to be lots of things, and I can't get in the box. I'm going to use my eyebrow shaver. Oh, we have now blunted it. Oh dear. Oh. Because if there's one thing I know, you do not have to shop luxury fashion in order to look wonderful. My mantra from the early days has always been, I love things to look more expensive than they are. Got a bit of hair. It's annoying me. And H&M has always been one of my favourite places to shop when it comes to high street fashion. And you are about to see why. I feel like summer is so much easier to dress well as well. Because of the weights of fabrics and cuts of coats, a lot of tailoring, it can be difficult. However, I have gone and done some very, very lovely leg work for you. I've got a few little sets in here, I've got a few little dresses, and I think we are going to be living in these things as part of our evergreen wardrobe. Now you'll know I am very, very, very fond of H&M linen. I think when it comes to the high street, H&M is very much like at the forefront. Oh my gosh, okay, we're gonna get into it. So this I really loved the look of. This is a really lovely, almost kind of like waffle-like shirt. I love just oversized shirts like this over jeans, some cute ballet pumps and a nice bag. And when I say a nice bag, it doesn't have to be designer. My basket bag I got from Amazon. It's one of the best basket bags that I've seen, and it's incredible quality and actually quite practical as well. So this with some slides, you don't have to go for designer slides. They have some incredible tan slides on H&M at the moment as well. I actually wanted to buy them because they are less logoed than my Oran sandals. The least sustainable thing to do is to replace something that you already have. And I already have them, and they're worn and they're lovely and they're great quality, so I'm not going to do that. But if you want some unbranded leather tan slides, they've got them on H&M at the moment. They'll look so lovely with some white jeans. So that is the first shirt of the day, and this weather is wild. I'm trying not to do a whole wearing versus styling number in this section of the video, but I just have to tell you, my assistant was like, oh my goodness, don't you dare put this video live until I've had a chance to order some of these pieces. She was like, the quality is insane, because basically at this time of year, H&M releases its sort of core collection of linen pieces, and they don't tend to restock huge amounts, I've got to be honest. So once it's gone, it is usually gone. But simple shirt, I popped it with some white jeans, and this is probably how I would wear it. First of all, I'd roll the sleeves up because I like that more relaxed look. This ivory cable knit sweater, but we're not going to knot it. We're just going to kind of leave it like that. Now, I have 3 bag options for you. I know, I spoil you, but I have many more. We're going in at the top with the Hermes. If Hermes isn't your price point, Lorna London has a very, very exciting collection of grained leather pieces coming. I can't tell you any more, but really great for like that sort of £2,000, £3,000 mark, not in the Hermes vicinity. There is the Buckingham bag from Fairfax and Favour. I have it in that more oxblood tone. That is a great bag if you want that more casual feel and that grained leather for a day-to-day wear. If those aren't your sort of summer bag of choice, I have these two. Nothing says chic like a French market bag. You just can't go wrong, especially at this time of year. So practical. This one is amazing. This is from a really wonderful independent seller on Amazon. That's how I found her. That's why I always think that Amazon really isn't that bad. Because this bag is from Papillon Vert, and it's just so gorgeous. It's got the double strap, it's got real leather handles that get this gorgeous patina, and I feel like it works really well with this vibe, but also with the tan accessories. So you've got your jumper, you've got your basket bag, you need your sunnies. So lovely. I feel like I've tried, but I haven't tried too hard. We also have another bag. So this is more of like the Jane Birkin style basket bag. A little bit more expensive than the French basket bag, but this one is a bit more like Jane Birkin-esque. She was always carrying a basket bag just like this, and this one is super practical. So if you like these tones, this is that tan tone that's going to work with all of the accessories that you've got. But there is another way. I'm trying to keep this so quick and I'm failing miserably. Easy transition to something like this. Even more pared back, even more sort of everyday wear. Beautiful materials, classic silhouettes, everything that I talk about in my book Evergreen. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to buy those heirloom pieces. But if you find the items from places like H&M that are going to live in your wardrobe for such a long time, you have a little bit more disposable income to buy those key pieces. Depending on your budget, that's what I'm talking about. If you are into fashion. If you're not into fashion, and that's not your thing, first of all, you're on a fashion and lifestyle channel, so I feel like you're going to be disappointed. But second of all, we're all into different things. So that is my vibe. Next up, we have, and I love this, oh yeah, this is gorgeous. 70% leather eco viscose and 80% recycled polyester lining. So really, really good in terms of reusing materials. Beautiful square neckline, ruched bodice. This gives me like Australian linen brand vibes, and the price is just incredible. Super simple, no sort of big design features on there, which is something that I'm really careful with H&M now. I'm going for these more classic pieces and love them. Okay, I'm going to be honest on this one. I had high hopes and I'm not loving it. First of all, I'm making sure that my boobs are covered because it runs very, very small. I feel like there's not a lot of fabric in the waist. There is not pockets, just to, you know, do my public service there. It's very tight, it's very uncomfortable. I could probably size up, but I just don't think there's ever going to be enough fabric in this dress. It's giving 90, and it definitely is giving 90, because if I do move my hair, you will see my areolas, so I don't think that's necessary. So sadly, I wouldn't recommend this one. You might be looking at it thinking it looks lovely, but I know that this is one of those pieces that doesn't fit well and doesn't feel nice, so I'm just not going to wear it, even if it looks nice. Next up, these linen two pieces literally had me running to check out. So this is like a sort of drawstring waist, loose fitting trousers, great length on the trousers for me personally, and a really good shade of green. This is like a pistachio sort of sagey green, but actually looks like green on camera. Because a lot of the greens that I go for have that muddier undertone, but for me this is perfection. And it comes with the matching shirt, again with no design details to it. So this is just a classic sage two-piece. Now what I love about this is that at this time of year, this is essentially like pyjamas on a day-to-day basis, but as it gets hotter, over a cami top, that kind of thing, slides, easy to throw on, and a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. You can add silk scarves if you want to add a bit of detail. You can go with your luxury bags if you want, but you do not have to. That is what I love about it. So this little two-piece is going on here. I want to show you this tucked in, but I also don't want to ruin it, so I'm going to show you it out first, just as a little sort of two-piece number. Now you can buy these separate and take a larger size on the bottom or a smaller size on the top, whichever. Now because this is so relaxed, I actually quite like the idea of dressing it up a little bit more with a slightly smarter bag than a basket bag, but it works just as well. Again, I'm not going to keep the cuffs like this. It's summer. Well, it's spring. You've got the pockets, but for me this is just so easy. Again, with that more capsule wardrobe vibe, you can add a jumper to the top, over the top, like so. This is just a cashmere end peel one, but you can get cable knit for many different budgets, but this is just one that I wear all the time, so it's always to hand. But love this as an outfit. I like the crispness against those more earthy tones. This just gives it more of a streamlined look, a little bit more tailored. This is a bit more Italian, gives me a bit more of a shape. Love. Also got the green waffle shirt in the white version because this is just very, very effortless. The fabric composition of this is, just so you're aware of the green one as well, but it is so soft. This is 100% cotton, so this soft green one is also 100% cotton, and so is the white one, which makes me very, very happy. This is the waffle shirt in white that we've already seen in green. Love this so much, so soft, love this outfit. Wow. Summer wardrobe is sorted. In the two-piece, I also went for this more oatmeal-y colour. I always think that this looks so lovely alongside green accessories, a green scarf. It's a really good place for me to have something like this and then put maybe an oatmeal cardigan over the top, because you can never be too sure with the weather in this country, okay? So I like to cover all bases. Classic silhouette, so these shirts are not going to date in your wardrobe. You don't get more classic than this sort of Oxford style shirt. So you can't go wrong, and these are the things that I look for. I look for no sort of oversizedness to things. I like a relaxed fit. It could be my husband's shirt, it could be mine, but generally I look for those design details that have not changed throughout the years. So when you go to like a men's suiting place, their shirts will look not too dissimilar to this. in the summertime, and I love that. Obviously the drawstring waist trousers to match. Again, I'll wear this over bikinis, I'll wear it over camis as it gets warmer, if it ever does. But I just like those more neutrals. To me, green is a neutral, so it works really well in my wardrobe and just my life in general. This is the raw linen two-piece in the stone shade, and this is such a vibe. I am going to be honest, I reckon you could probably do with sizing up in the trousers if you want my advice. These are the 6 on me, and I could take an 8 and they would be just like another element of comfortable, so that when you wash them you might just, you know, want to be a bit careful. This outfit to me is, I holiday in Provence. I've probably got a cute little cottage chateau something in Provence. I'm going to the market to pick up my fresh vegetables and probably a glass of Provence rosé, and I'm living my best life. That is what this outfit says about me as a person. Next up, I'm intrigued by this one because this was a green shirt dress, and you know I'm very, very picky about items, and I think this is one that I'm going to have to try on because it's a short sleeve. It looks like it's got a gathered waist. I'm always very, very critical about how much fabric is in the skirt, so I'm not going to tell you anything about this until I've tried this on, because this is a gorgeous shade and very, very soft. The fabric is 100% viscose, partly made from circulus pulp. And lovely little mother of pearl buttons. So I'm just gonna hang this up to steam, and then when we try it on, I'll give you a better first impression, I think. So I'll pop that on the rail. There's such a colour palette going on here, I love it. I was skeptical, but I think they've done it. I think this is a really gorgeous green dress. I hope it doesn't look brown, because I promise you it's green. But this is sort of almost like a tealy colour. Do I think the sleeves need to be this long? No, I don't. I think if the sleeves were a little bit shorter, you'd have a much more polished look, but I think they've gone for that more relaxed sort of sun cover-up vibe. This fits lovely. There's a nice amount of fabric and movement in the skirt. It's not huge amounts, but it feels like there's more than there actually is, which I think is really good. So if you're wanting that more relaxed feel to a green dress, then I think this has got you covered. This also genuinely feels like a nightie. Their fabrics at the moment, I am so impressed. Now these are some sort of chino pants that I always get. Really lovely summer sort of double pleat trousers, although these have no pleats. Are these high-waisted? Who knows? But these lovely cropped, lovely cropped linen trouser. I think I'm going to absolutely love these. They look really nice. I just hope that they sit high-waisted enough. And I do find that H&M does very, very good high-waisted trousers, but we shall see. The colour of these though, with a white shirt, tan accessories. You are going to have to let me know what you think on these trousers. I definitely think that there is the possibility for these to fit a bit better. I've sized up and gone for a size 6, because usually I'd be a size 4 because I've got an itty bitty bottom. I always size up because their sizing can be a bit off at H&M. I definitely think these would have been better as a double pleat, but they feel a bit cleaner not as a double pleat. They feel a bit more like a suit trouser, and I know these come with a blazer that matches, but I didn't think I wanted a sage green suit like this, but they fit really nicely on the leg, very, very comfortable, and I wanted you to see the fit. Something a bit more sort of Monaco vibes, that kind of thing. Although my friend Lauren, if she's watching this, she'll probably be like, babes, we're not wearing that in Monaco. Cute. So yeah, this could work as a really nice sort of workwear outfit. Do I do the jumper drape again? I don't know if I do. Do I? Do I? It's the colour for me, but you can't see because it's so bright. I love these tones. This really does feel like such a good capsule wardrobe. One pair of sunglasses, one belt, one jumper, a few different linen pieces. Let me know what you think. I also picked them up in the oatmeal colour. Now I have purchased trousers like these similarly from H&M before, and I've worn them so much that I think I only have about one pair left now because they have had a bit of a battering. The thing I like about this as well, they've always got this sort of elasticated waistband. There's quite a lot of support here, so I'm very intrigued. Gorgeous colour though, again with white shirts, but then you could add accents of green to these as well. Lovely simple details. Again, this is a very, very classic style. Very, very simple. No big branding, no really outlandish design details, but more focused on the fit and the quality of the fabric, which is what I love. LORO PIANA vibes on an H&M budget. These are the same trousers, but I'd say these fit a little bit better on the waist. However, they are quite hungry on the old bottom. I feel like H&M bottoms have just all of a sudden got a lot hungrier for me on the bum. I don't know whether I've got more cushion for the push-in or whether they've changed something. I've got this Hermes belt, but I've got an Hermes belt for like, I think it was like 200 quid, which was vintage. Great investment piece in your wardrobe. You're going to wear and wear and wear it. You always see me wearing my accessories. I genuinely feel like this is LORO PIANA vibes on an H&M budget, minus the accessories. Absolutely love it. Voila. Oh, we went for the white version as well, and I do feel like having a good pair of white linen trousers, especially in the cropped, it's just, you can't go wrong. Classic, classic colour. And then all of these, this is almost like a summer capsule wardrobe here, because you can wear the green shirt with the white trousers if you don't want a full green look. If you want to go all white and give it more of like a Nancy Myers vibe, you can do so with that. If you want a bit more earthy tones to it, you can go in with the sort of oatmeal-y coloured shirt of the two-piece, and you can just mix and match. So it's a really good little place to pick up those more capsule pieces that are going to go and work really hard in your wardrobe. Okay, I'd say that the white is the best fitting by far at the moment. However, white linen is notoriously see-through, so just pay attention to the pockets and make sure you're wearing nude underwear. And again, it's one of those outfits that you can add a pop of green, which I'm very passionate about. This is like the Evergreen Girls Guide to Dressing, because just adding a green shirt, I already feel like, oh, love this. Love, love, love. Now this top, I was very, very intrigued by, because I do enjoy a classic twist on shirting, and this pleating detail is something that we see a lot through my Millen collections. It's really flattering on the waist, but it still has all of the classic design details of a good shirt. So it just almost feels like someone has taken an old oversized shirt, pin tucked it at the waist, added some shoulder pads, and it gives it a different feel. Again, this will work really beautifully with those sort of cropped trousers as well. And classic white, I always feel like you can't really go wrong with. If ever I find myself wanting to accentuate my large shoulders, I shall give this top a call. But until that time, it is going straight back in the box on a one-way ticket back to H&Mville. We are now back in storm weather. Oh dear, England, you wouldn't have it any other way. The garden will be loving it though. That's always the positive spin that I put on weather like this, is that when the garden experiences weather like this, when it's sunny and then it's raining, the greenery really enjoys it, but also any of the trees that are needing to get rid of any of their sort of winter covering leaves and things like that, this is a really good time for them to shed them. So very good. What are these? Oh, shorts. I didn't realise I did shorts. I was in need of a good pair of shorts and a comfortable pair of shorts, and this looks right up my street. And again, so this is not a green, this is more of like a taupey shade, really beautiful shade, and this linen almost has like a natural, so this is natural linen. This is really good. In fact, I'd buy more of these happily. These are going to be so comfortable and also really good as like a beach cover up to just throw on. I don't like walking around with my bum out, Is that just me? So I like just slipping something on. I don't mind with a bikini top, but I like slipping on some shorts if I'm going to, like, you know, get a cocktail at the beach bar or something like that. Wishful thinking. And I don't think I'm going to be wearing any other style of short this entire summer. Not only are these comfortable, but super flattering. I think the length of shorts is so important. I've actually got a pair of LORO PIANA shorts, which are just a tad too long. And if you go too long in your shorts, it is going to sort of cut off your leg. There's a fine line between a short and a capri, and if you get muddy in the middle, it can make you look very, very dumpy, and this to me cuts me off at just the right place. I've got slightly like wider top halves to my legs, so just cutting them off below that point makes my legs look so much longer. A little strappy number, and the waffle shirt. I don't even know if that's the technical term, but this is, I could be in pyjamas. Like, oh yes, I liked the look of this. It didn't look like it had a lot of fabric in the skirt, but it looked like it could be quite smart. I really liked this detail of the covered buttons. Just gave it a really clean finish. It's got a tie waist. I love the colour of it. I felt like this would be a really easy wear, but we'll try it on because I'm not convinced. I always think that the fit test is what really matters to me. It's not so much those design details. I want it to be flattering on and feel like it's filling a hole in my wardrobe in the right sense of the word. Right, I popped the sleeveless dress on as I expected. It doesn't really fit me on the shoulders, but that's my own issue. Sometimes, because of the size of my shoulders, I cannot wear certain things because they do not fit, and I accept that. But I'm really not bothered because the instant that I put this on, it felt trendy to me. It's got this sort of almost molten metal button at the top, very sort of it girl-esque, which is the exact things that I try to stay away from. So this feels, you know, like the cuffs that everyone's wearing, the Elsa Peretti cuffs, it feels very much in line with that. And I have to be conscious when I'm like, this doesn't feel classic, even though it feels well made. It's fully lined. It feels like the lining is pulling it in. It feels like there's not enough fabric. It hasn't got pockets either, so it's going in the bin. Oh, I forgot to show you this as well. This is a little gold clip, which I thought would actually be quite a lovely dressy addition to my clip collection because I use them very often, and this just felt a little bit dressier. I can feel that the clip isn't hugely strong, but I think it'll work. Obviously without the dingle dangle tag, but I thought this could be quite pretty for like evenings and just clipping your hair up. But anyway, that's the last thing. I'll link it down below.